What's up, guys? Welcome to the Crypto Savvy channel. I'm Craig, and we're going to be going over the markets. Man, does this seem like deja vu. Guys, if anyone's been around in the crypto market for any period of time, you'll know that usually in bear market rallies, to get boosts up, you'll hear about the ETF. And this time it's different because it's BlackRock. You'll hear about Bitcoin decoupling from the stock markets. All this stuff is to grab exit liquidity, in my opinion. But could we be in the bull market and the bottom is in? We'll talk about that. We'll take a look at the bullish case scenario. Although, as you guys know, I'm still in the bearish camp big time, because really nothing has changed about what's going on in the markets. We were expecting a 100% rally. It went a little bit sooner than I thought. I didn't think we'd get that till February or March. But nevertheless, we got our 100% rally, fake the false bottom, and then continuation to the downside is coming, in my opinion. Still, I'm not going to veer off my analysis because everybody's mad and cries in the comments below, right? It's it's funny to watch this stuff because I've seen it many times in the markets, not just crypto markets, but in penny stocks, in the little chat rooms there used to be. I'm sure they're still there. They're just not as active anymore. But the same type thing, people get so emotional and things have to go up because that's what it's about, right? Just buying stuff and getting rich, right? That's not how markets work. If you guys follow me on Twitter, I reposted or retweeted a tweet yesterday about BlackRock and how they work, right? So these markets are just a game. They're a tool for making money, in my opinion, period. It's not about the stocks anymore. It's not about anything else. It's about people pushing the prices up and down to make money. And where is the money made? The money's made when people sell the stuff. They'll pump it up until, you know, it gets to whatever level they're looking for or whatever. And that's what we go over in this channel, is where to find these levels. But where the real money's made is when people sell this crap, right? I'm not just saying crypto, but stocks and everything else. So just be careful. As I've talked about many times, I think we are about to see a huge bear market in traditional markets, which takes everything else down with it, even gold, even silver. The only thing that rises in any of that is the DXY. And I've explained this many times, right? So when the markets dump, right, so they pumped up really high, the price or the DXY goes down, right? The value of the dollar while the market's pumping. And then when they start selling their stocks, they get back into the dollar rises, stocks go down, dollars got more buying power, and then they buy the bottom again. Rinse and repeat, same thing over and over. This is just a huge cycle. I do believe we are going to see something like the Great Depression coming. My opinion, doesn't have to be yours. None of this is financial advice, but pay attention. We're going to go over it in the video. If you like these kind of videos, make sure you smash the thumbs up. That does help YouTube algorithm know you guys are watching the videos. Also, leave your comments below. I'm curious to see if you are thinking, are you a believer of the melt up theory that we're going to new all-time highs, not only in crypto, but in the traditional markets before anything happens? Or do you believe the top is in and we're going down? Let me know in the comments below, respectively. Guys, it really makes you guys look pretty childish when you make the crazy comments below. They're actually kind of amusing because I've seen this in all the cycles in Bitcoin and everything else since I've been making these videos, right? When things are in a bear market rally or a false, I don't want to say false pump, but in a pump, everybody gets really excited, right? We're going to new all-time highs, and they get so emotional in the comments. Anyways, let's get on with the video. I have rambled on enough. Let's see what's going on. So the Dow Jones, like I said, if we do get another pump up, this is where I'm looking for the 0.786 fib, around 35, 195-ish, right? Remember also, today Powell speaks, so be careful, guys. There's probably going to be some heavy volatility if you're day trading. As you guys know, we like to watch the macro and look for trade opportunities. I did post a chart on Twitter yesterday. We're going to look at that and show where the levels I'm watching to enter shorts. I may be entering real quick. I actually started laddering some in very small, but I may start putting bigger positions in, and I'll tell you where. But as you can see right here on the RSI, we did get rejected at the top of our wedge here. We'll see what happens. This could have already topped, but if not, we may see 35.2 somewhere in this range, a spike up here before the continuation to the downside. Let's look at the NASDAQ. Same thing in the NASDAQ. If we were to pump in the NASDAQ, it'd be around the 15.5, which would just be the top of this channel before coming down. But guys, if these RSIs don't hold right here, we may be coming down now, right? And I have very low targets. We'll talk about them once we get into these areas. S&P, same thing. If we were to get to the top of this, it'd be around 45. Actually, yeah, around 45.30, 45.40-ish if we're going to get a pump. But I still believe we're going to come down back to these ranges at least. DXY, you guys have known for a while. We did get our bounce here at the 0.618, right? It almost looked like we were going to get 3 white soldiers right here. I don't really consider this because of the wicks. So still, again, our resistance is at 102.7. If we do get rejected and cannot get above this, come back down below here, then our target is around 101. And I believe once we bounce from this area is where the markets will crash, unless we get above this now, and then the markets may continue down. But we have to get back up in these ranges, back above the EMAs. But as you guys know, I'm very bullish on the DXY. I think we have much higher to go in the DXY, right? I do believe this was a double bottom here, and we are going to continue up to the upside for the DXY. Markets coming down, right? Oil, same thing with oil, guys. It's gotten kind of boring, but this chart is about a year old. We were looking for 62.70, and I had said once we get there, we'll bounce around this area for a while. Once we lose this, markets are going to be coming down. Gold, you can see what happened in gold. I think this was just a triple top. We were looking at this as an ABC, and if that was to happen, the target's 15.59. But if that breaks, we're looking at 14.24, and if that breaks, oh man, it's going to be ugly in all markets, right? Silver. So silver, our target has been 15.65 since way back here in 21. Once this broke, this is still my target here. We are breaking down over here. So again, when traditionals go down, gold goes down, silver goes down. Why would Bitcoin hold up? It's not going to be able to hold up in the traditional bear market. And I think this is going to be, it may be a super fast one. Like I said, I believe the bottom could be in sometime in September, October of this year, maybe into November, whatever. But if it gets really bad, it could last years, right? Nevertheless, when these big crashes happens, it takes decades to return back to the old highs, right? So just be careful, guys. Things are not looking, I know everything feels great, and you know, that's why I put the bull market back on the video, because people seem to like those videos, but call that clickbait, whatever. What I did it for was to get some views in here, and hopefully the rational people can look at it from a different point of view instead of just thinking markets only go up, that Bitcoin is in a 4-year cycle and it has to make a new high every 4 years. Not true. Cycles are cycles. Yes, maybe in a 4-year cycle, but it doesn't have to make new all-time highs every year. Believe what you want, believe what you will. I'm just trying to get this out there to kind of warn people. Share the video if you want to help people get a different view instead of just the Bitcoin to the moon, Bitcoin's going to new all-time highs, all that stuff, right? I want people to at least have a chance to be careful in these markets. If you guys are interested in trading before we get into Bitcoin, definitely check out my sponsor, Prime XBT, by far my favorite exchange. They don't trade against you. You can trade Forex, gold, silver, crypto, gold, silver, oil, everything, all from one exchange. Definitely check them out if you haven't already. There's lots of different chart setups where you can, put on different time frames, different charts, whatever. Definitely check them out. You can use my promo code SAVVY50. That'll get you up to a $7,000 bonus to use towards your margin. SAVVY25 will get you 25% off your fees. Links down below. Also, I'll leave a tutorial at the end of the video up top, so watch for it. All right, the monthly. So this is what I'm looking for. Still seeing this. I believe we still get much lower lows in this chart. I do think this was a completed 5-wave structure. In wave 1, there were 5 waves. Then we had a correction. Wave 3, 5 waves. Wave 5, 5 waves. This looks like a big ABC. So we have broken here. So this is what I was talking about. If you want to look at this in a super bullish way, I'm going to give you the super bullish way to look at. Although I don't believe this is where we're at. But so we had this trend line drawn here. We are breaking above it right now, right? Broke out. If that was to be the breakout, what would we see? New all-time highs. I know there's a few people out there calling for new all-time highs. Although I don't believe it, what would the target be? Approximately 77,800-ish, right? And then come crashing down. Could that happen? It's possible. Let's keep an eye on this MACD right here. It does look like it's trying to flip back up, but let's see how it closes on the weekly. If we still close and it doesn't cross back above, like I've showed before, every time we have the MACD cross since way back here, 2017, weekly MACD cross, boom, much lower to go. Weekly MACD cross, much lower to go. Weekly MACD cross, boom. Weekly MACD cross, boom. We've had a weekly MACD cross right here. I do believe we will continue to the downside. Now let's look at that chart I posted yesterday. Well, first, a couple things I want to go over here. All right, so you guys know my bubble pop theory, and I'll show you some of those videos here at the end of the video, but let's look at what's going on here. So I'm looking at this as a possible 5-wave structure with a 5th wave down, 3 here being the false bottom. If we go back here to 17, just how bubbles pop, right? This was a mini bubble here, but we could look at this in the same way, right? So we had, let me get this on here. Same thing right here, right? We had this drop. 1, 2, 3, 4. We still had false bottoms. Could we, like I said, if this takes a lot longer than expected, could we see something like this? This would be, you know, a long time, probably years, maybe. Let's take a look at what that would look like on the chart here. All right, so if that was to happen, that could be a drawn out crazy bear market, right? Something like this, right? Just be careful, guys. I'm showing you guys different views. I've seen so many people get tore up buying, you know, well above these levels when people are screaming for $100,000 Bitcoin. People like Michael Saylor telling people to mortgage their home, mortgage their business, buy Bitcoin at $69,000. Guys, I don't know how else to put it. Be careful. All right, let's take a look at this. So this was the chart I posted in my Discord yesterday, also on Twitter, saying these were the areas to eye for shorts, right? If we start opening and closing dailies above this, so if a daily candle opens and closes above the 28.9 range, then our next target would be this measured move up here between 31.5 and 32.8. And the reason I say 31.5, I'll show you in the next chart, but this is what I'm looking for. But remember, I talked about this in yesterday's video. We could get something like this, just a big fake out and then come down. So again, be careful there. Or, you know, the other option is we start opening and closing candles here. We get as high as maybe 31.5, maybe up to the 32.8, and then continue down. But this is what I'm looking for. Let's see how this reacts here. But I do think we still have much lower to go, guys. Much lower. All right. So this count, the Elliott wave count here, I believe now you can say is invalidated. But the targets still remain the same for me. I still think we'll see something in these ranges. Let me get that one off there. Whoops. Anyways, yeah, I still think we come down to at least test this trend line, get a big bounce, making a big head and shoulders, right? And then continuation of the downside once we break that 20K again. Let's take a look at the RSI. As you can see, what are we doing here? We are making bearish divergence, right? We're getting lower highs unless we break this high at 31,000. But right now we're getting lower highs in the price action, higher highs in the RSI. Looks like we maybe topped out here. Get a, you know, maybe consolidate here for a while before continuing down, unless we consolidate and continue up. But remember to watch that 28.9 for daily open and close above. All right, let's take a look at Binance. This is what I think is going to most likely cause this market to crash, if not just be a victim of bad investment strategies for Binance. Whatever the case may be, we are still looking at this. This is a big part of what I think is coming down. Could this be the cause of a lot of market turmoil, just like FTX was over here? Same type pattern, guys. Remember, unless we can get back above this, hold support, and continue up, this is what I see happening here. I do believe this could be very well the case for Binance. So another reason just to be eyeful and careful for those of you that are hodlers, things like that. Ethereum got a little pump up here. Still, the macro chart has not changed. I'm still looking for these levels. Same with Litecoin. We got back above the 81.90, but we are getting rejected at the EMAs here. Let's see what happens. But nevertheless, I have much lower targets for Litecoin too. And XRP, ooh, they're super happy today, right? But overall, guys, this is still the way I'm looking for it to play out. Here are bubble pops, right? Let me show you. Dang it. Bubble pops always return to where they began, right? Just like here. You can see what happened in Amazon, the .com bubble, right? Guys, I believe we're seeing the same type stuff here. Type stuff here. Leave in the comments below if you do believe that this bubble could go much, much lower, right? So if it goes back to where it returned, as I've been saying, somewhere in between the $3,500 to $9,700 range is where I see us bottoming. Let's take a look at Nintendo. Same thing, right? We always had our false bottoms. You can see the big bear market rally right here, like we got over here, and then a continuation to the downside. Even the RSI that I have on here with the moving average in there came back up to retest the moving average right here, like we're doing now right here. It's looking very similar, so just be careful, guys. This could be the point where Bitcoin turns around and goes to the downside hard. Same thing here. This is Sony, just a bubble pop pattern showing you the false bottoms and these big rallies. We've talked about this for since December 2nd, 2021, to be careful in the false rallies, right? Everyone to get super duper bullish. There were influencers out there way back here saying we'll never go below 48K again. Well, you can see where we're at and what happened. Just be careful out there, guys. I do believe we are still in a bear market. That is my opinion. Doesn't have to be yours. Thanks for watching. Don't forget, smash the thumbs up. Leave your comments down below. Be careful out there, especially if you're trading, especially with Powell speaking today. Be extremely careful. This could get ugly. Bye.